My name is Vasa, as y'all can already read. Just in case y'all new on here, the Poly Plug. Go ahead, girl. Let them know who you is.
Sheena Girl here again. Coming live. Ladies' night. Super
Ladies
excited.
night.
Oh,
Yes, Charity Reyes. Woo woo. Excited for Ladies Night, and we got my beautiful sister Ashiko Newman. Hey y'all, I'm Ashiko. Thank y'all for having me.
thank you for joining us, girl. How was you guys' week?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, wow. What's going on?
What's going on? Or the Poly Plug. Okay, guys. While you guys are in here, since you guys are in here, please share it so everybody else can see what y'all is looking at right now. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Insta, Periscope, and YouTube, baby.
Sheesh.
So go ahead, Sheena, what you were talking about?
How was your ladies' week?
Right now, my brother is having a party next door
Oh.
because he just got engaged.
Oh,
Yeah, he just got engaged.
Go Tutu. Go Tutu. Hey, hey, hey. Uh-oh.
Yeah,
I'm down with that too. No,
and my nephew just graduated from college.
Double.
And yeah, there's a lot going on today.
Wow.
Yeah, that's about it.
Okay. Beautiful. Pulled you away from everything important that you had going on, or what?
What happened?
That's a lot, girl.
That is a lot. I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he's doing his thing now.
Well, okay. I know he's not on here now, but let's hear your best inspiration, like encouraging, like quotes since like he's engaged. You know what I'm saying? Let's
Wow.
not just the party. Like, what would you advise your brother right now?
Oh, Charity. Charity. I can't. In this moment right now, I just can't.
Okay.
I think his speech went really well. His speech, yeah. He was talking about how she was. I forgot because I'm nervous. I forgot everything I was gonna say because I'm nervous, and you put me on the spot. So guess what?
Speak from the heart. You know the fatu.
I don't know. I don't have any advice for him. He's been through it before, and he should already know what to expect the second time around. Maybe better. He's probably going to be better because he's already been through it the first time. He's made his mistakes. So this time should be even better because he knows what, I guess, his wife's need. Oh,
Very nice. You know, Ashiko, she's a counselor. Oh, I already had all kind of thoughts about that. So we should ask her for her professional.
yeah, can you
certified?
go ahead?
Certified. So we should definitely ask. You know, the professional here. You know what
Hey,
kind of
Natasha!
I am not a professional, but yes, I do have a certification. But you know, my advice as just an outsider looking in would be to make sure that all the baggage from behind is severed, like all those strings attached is severed. Because if not, though you went through it the first time, you bring all that crap to the front. Woo. It comes going into the new marriage, and so make sure the wounds are healed. Make sure that the cord is severed. Hey y'all, who y'all saying hi to?
Cora.
Hey Cora.
Hey, Cora.
Hey, Natasha.
Hey, Natasha.
Hey, Cora.
But
Hey, Natasha.
make sure those
Hey,
things
Cora.
are done, because otherwise his new wife is gonna suffer for the things that the old wife did.
Yeah.
And we can move on, but that doesn't mean we're healed. So he needs to really make sure that he's ready and healed, so that he's starting afresh and not just carrying old bags to New Jersey.
Ooh. So good.
Okay.
So good.
No,
Oh, that's good.
congratulations.
We're giving it up right now. He ain't even worried about us.
For real.
But that's pretty cool. I like that advice. I really do like that advice. Sever the baggage.
Mm.
So good.
No strings attached going into the.
Let me ask you this, because we're all married here. Okay,
All
we're
right.
all married here. So, with that being said, do you still carry some baggage in your marriage that still you're gonna have to continually put down?
I think so, because me and my husband, we just celebrated 24 years of marriage.
Okay.
Okay, I'll give my own self some snaps on that one. So, but it was like a couple of weeks ago. We watched this sermon series, and I'm gonna give a whole new plug right now for Michael Todd from Transformation Church out in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He had this bomb series called Relationship Goals. Well, this day I woke up like at my lowest. I was having a terrible day, and the title was pretty much talking about the strings that we're still attached to, and it's talking about like our first partner, our secret partners that we had, strings attached to, that just I'm just a friend, let me hit it kind of partner, but we are still attached to those things because we might expect the same type of sexual.
Oh, I see where you're going with this.
That's deep. That's real deep.
Be replicated by our new partner, or even our husband that we kind of had back in the day, and especially if there's been infidelity in the marriage, then holding on to the baggage attached to that and how that affects the genuine interaction between you and your spouse. So, I mean, as wives, we're created more emotionally than men are created. And so we tend to carry a lot more than they do emotionally. But they'll carry a whole nother set of issues themselves because, of the mantle of a man. And it's a great, great, heavy, heavy mantle that they have to carry. And so, it's easy to not be aware of it. But once you're aware, then you're responsible. And so when I watched that question, when I watched that series, it made me question, okay, what am I still attached to? Because the biggest thing is sin. When you're joined together in sin, you're connected like this, and God and the glue in between it is sex, and God created sex, right? And so when you're attached to another person this way, it's virtually impossible to remove yourself and not carry some of the other person with you. And so we're still intertwined in these relationships. Number one, we gotta truly ask the Lord to deliver us from that, and truly see our spouses as the man that God gave us. Because if we're holding on to, if we're in partnership with our husbands, but we're holding on to Joe Blow is always going to have attachment in your marriage. Mm-hmm. And no matter how much you want to love your husband, it's just a disconnect.
That's so good. So good. There's a question here from Cora. Any of us ladies here can answer the question. It says, my question to you ladies, since we're on the topic of baggage, how do you move from the baggage you're carrying to dropping those baggage during marriage? Name some realistic examples. Wow. That's really good. I would say, for instance, so for me and my husband, baggage for us in the Samoan culture and how you're raised, you're very family oriented. As where my husband is very us oriented. Me and my husband, that to him, that's his family. We're family. You know, but when it takes it on, when I think of family and I'm bringing that to the table, I'm talking about my mom, my dad, and everybody else who's single. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my mental. So it's just like, for instance, coming into being married for the first time, learning your spouse for the first time, baggage for my husband and for our marriage was my family. I couldn't get myself out of the mindset of this is me and my husband now one, and not Charity and, you know, my mom, dad, and the rest of my siblings. But this was literally Charity and Gabriel coming together, becoming one. And so I would say that's definitely a baggage that we experienced, was literally the baggage of family, you know, renewing your mind and becoming one with your spouse. And two, really giving that time to my husband and honoring him with that. That was one thing that was hard for me to do. It was either my husband or my family. You know, it was like husband or family, husband or family. I had to click into saying everything with my husband. I can't think about, make a decision without him. So in the decision-making factor, wasn't Charity thinking about what Charity wanted to do, but Charity and Gabriel together. Like, what is that deciding factor? So that for me is a baggage, you know.
And for me, part of my baggage was number one, being raised by a single mother and not having the example of what it meant to submit to my husband. And number two, the wounds of sexual abuse and how that kind of played into the marriage, and how you know, I literally had to learn what it meant to be a wife, because the example that I had was a mom committed to her children, and you know, men come second to that. And so I had to really learn what the word spoke of when it said to truly. Hey, ladies. Hey, girl. So
What up, girl?
I had to truly learn what that meant, to truly submit to him, to put him first, like God, him, then the children. And then in terms of the sexual relationship with my husband, I had to like be free to give all of myself to him and not hold that part back because of because I was sexually abused at a young age. You know, it was it turned my sexual drive kind of, I was fast for a little bit, and then when I got with my husband, now it's like I'm closed tight, you know, and not really free to just be me in the bedroom. And so I had to really ask God to help me and to heal me, but I wouldn't have never did it. He wouldn't have revealed it to me. So the revelation was the first step towards the healing. Wow. And so, and now God will use anybody. He'll use me, and he'll use you to be the mouthpiece. So now somebody else dealing with that can be free of those, of that baggage. Well, ladies.
That's so good. Mine will just be growing up, having my heart broken by so many, not by a lot of men, but I just expected disappointment and failure in men automatically when I do first meet them. And then meeting my husband, like, I was so independent. I was always on my own. And when I finally was able to, or I would give him like only a piece of my heart, and then he would just sit there and be like, "Is this all that I get? Like, I deserve all of you, babe." And I'm just like, hold up, like, I gotta go. Let me go surrender myself first.
Wow. Yeah.
Whoa. It's not an easy process, like giving up all of the baggage, because some of them were harmful in the past, and like some of them are painful, and it's hard to let go. At the end, it's so much worth it. Hi.
Say hi, Amy.
Aww.
But yeah.
I don't have anything. Nothing.
So nervous.
Yeah, I'm so nervous. And yeah.
There's another, we have another thing here from Cora. She says, wow, Charity, that's deep. sex abuse. Many women I knew that dealt with that have been divorced because of dealing with those mental of sexual abuse issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cora. This is my niece's daughter. She's probably gonna cry in a bit because she's a crybaby.
Aw. That's okay.
It's not okay. It's not.
Wow.
Yeah, no, Cora, that's a good one, and I think it's a deep topic that some of us women do not want to talk
Hi,
about.
Loma.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hey, Loma. And honestly, it's of course God first, and of course right after that counseling too, and asking those who you are able to be vulnerable towards, like sisters or your pastor, and just ask them for prayer too.
Yeah. I love that. I love that you said that it had to be revealed to you first in order for you to know there was an issue. You know, that's us a lot of times. Like, we don't know our habits and behaviors until we actually know it.
Exactly.
You know, until
Right.
somebody's like, yo, check it, you're doing this and you shouldn't be, you know. Hey, baby.
Yep.
Yes, a lot.
I always say, it's like you don't. I'm sorry. They will do on my trainer.
Yeah, he did.
But
Okay.
you don't know what you don't know.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So if you don't know that what happened to you 20 years ago is the direct impact of what you're dealing with, then you won't be able to identify it to say, wait a minute. Because I mean, that's just the journey that I went on, and I can only speak for myself. Is that you know, when I really got serious with relationship with God, I really asked Him, Lord, show me.
Yeah.
Like, and I began to see my life through the pages of the Word. And some of it was good, and some of it was like, I'm a hot mess. I will burn up any minute now. You know what I mean? Because it was just so revelatory. And I'm not going to say that day things changed, but at least I was able to, like, is this? Because a lot of it was like me and my husband, you know, raising our children, right? And the way we parent is totally different. I'm raised by a single mom. He's raised by raised in a two-parent household. And so when I'm thinking, well, he's just being hard and he's not being nice. You know, I didn't realize, actually, you're triggered because that's how your stepfather used to treat you. And so now I'm taking it out on my husband. And so now I'm not allowing him to truly be the father that he's supposed to be. I'm thinking I'm right, but in reality, I'm just being led by my past. I'm not free. You know, I love Jesus and I'm saved, but there's some things that I still wasn't necessarily freed from. When he started revealing it to me, it wasn't easy pill to swallow, because it was easier for me to blame my husband and to look within.
Yeah.
That was easier. So
That's so good.
I love it. Natasha said, it's hard for me to open up. I have a mentality that I can do it. Or it is what it is. Ooh.
That's me right there. She said it all.
That's really tough, you know. That's
Yeah.
really, really tough, Natasha. But I tell you, this is where it comes from. You know, honestly, my belief system, and, you know, I'm a firm believer in Christ. And when it comes to the word, when he says two becomes one, you know, and the whole decision making of, it's not me making my own decisions, it's my husband and me making decisions together. It's really submitting to one another,
yes,
you know, and I
that's
really
it.
feel like, and I just know for myself, and I can speak for my own marriage, that the more me and my husband made those conscious decisions together and we're in tune with one another, the more blessed we started to become, you know, and the more things we started to conquer together. And I know that that's a sense of pride in all of us women, because I come even before my husband was very independent, you know, had my own place, had my own car, doing my own thing, making my own money, you know, was very driven and determined to be me, independently bizarre me. You know, I had to really learn how to be a wife.
Yeah.
You know, going through all those phases and stages, I had to learn to not say it is what it is and really break generational curses. And I'll share with you
That's
this.
it.
I'll share with you this. this time last year, it's every year. It's like I'm telling you, the enemy doesn't change his tactics. Like it's always the same. It's always the same thing. It never changes. And I say that because every year around the same time this year, I start self-sabotaging. And I start getting too deep into my thoughts. I get very, very depressed, it's this cycle that I go through every year. And especially around my birthday. It wasn't until last year where I realized that it hit me so hard that I'm walking in the desert. Now, me and my husband got into an argument, and it was over nothing. It was over nothing, And literally, I get in an argument with him, and I have my goddaughters. We take them for the summers. And so it was me, my mom, and my goddaughters behind me, and we're walking in the desert because I'm super folly. And I'm like, you're not going to tell me how to do X, Y, and Z. I make my own money, this, that, and the third. So I'm about to empty out the bank account. I'm about to book my flights, and we're about to dip. This is I went right back to independency. And as I was walking in the desert, it was literally, as I'm walking in the desert, it literally was my mom, me, and then my goddaughters were behind. And, in that moment, it was so crazy that immediately I could hear God saying, this is the generational curse. This is what you need to break. This pridefulness, it is what it is. And I'm going to do battle by myself. I can do it all by myself. Probably can, but a union, a covenant, there's something special between a marriage, So really that's what helped me break through and break out, to really recognize and realize that these are generational curses that sometimes we inherit or pass along, but we have to stop them. I have to stop myself from thinking, it is what it is. And being purposeful in my actions towards my husband and to each other.
That's right. Yeah. And I know, y'all, please raise your hand up if I'm talking too much. I apologize. But I can almost guarantee you, Charity, if you're able to track something in your past, there was a trauma that happened to you around your birthday. And if there's an internal clock every year, yes. And that's a lot of times. That sometimes we miss that. Is that there's a trauma-related incident that happens. Because I work with kids, and every year around the same time that they were removed from their home or whatever, like there was a really bad traumatic experience, like clockwork, their internal clock goes off, and they just it's chaotic for a season. And then, things will calm down, but it's all, you can track it back out of T to a related trauma. Like I noticed for me, for my kids, like the age where I experienced childhood abuse, sexual abuse is the age that the relationship with all of my kids changed. All of them, like clockwork. And I didn't realize it. And I'm a social worker. I have a clinical background. I didn't even put it together for my own family. But it was like around that same age that I was, then I kind of became a little bit more distant, still, the mama, playing the mama, well, not even playing the mama role. I was doing the mama role. But there was just this kind of type of thing that I did even with my own kids. And it's that trauma age. And you'll find that, man, trauma does a whole lot of stuff, but we got to get to the root of it. Yeah. And it'll be cyclical. It'll keep going through the cycles. And like you said, it'll be that generational abuse, generational curse that will just go down from me to my kids to the next generation. So,
stop the madness.
You take the wheel.
Lassa?
What, girl? I'm chilling. I'm soaking it all in. Don't mind me.
No, that's so good. And it's so hard to go against the current, to go against your family, just to go against the whole generational curse. It's because I don't know, it just seems like everyone's going through going down the same stream. Sorry. Like what I see in my head is not how I'm not explaining it correctly, but yeah, all you have to do is just place yourself out of the current and like try to find yourself. I don't know, find yourself and be able to stay connected with God. And then with your families, just create new traditions. Treat them the way how you would want to be treated or how God would want you to treat others.
Mhm.
Like the golden rule.
So
That's
good.
good.
So good.
Love it, love it, love it.
Right.
And Cora, I'm Ashiko. Sherry. She said she was getting us mixed up.
I'm Ashiko. I'm just kidding. She's Ashiko.
Everybody call her.
You know,
Ashiko.
everybody mixes us up. They mix us up anyways. Honestly, everybody always mixes it. I know they always call me Ashiko. I'm like, hey, okay, and they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, no, it's okay.
I'm Sherry.
I'm like, it's okay.
Because we be around each other. We have the same mannerisms. If she wasn't Polynesian and I wasn't black, you would swear we were sisters. Like, I was like, girl, sometimes I forget you're not black.
Yeah.
She's so like me. But what I realized is culture and the love of Christ connects people in a way that that religion never never can, and race never can. Is culture, is the love of Christ. And
Yeah.
So, relationship.
I believe that. You find family in a stranger
And
in the love of Christ.
yeah. I got you, Cora. I knew, I looked on that and I said, oh, that's probably why she got us mixed up. With our names.
my bad.
Our names. Okay. Hi, girl.
Oh, that is so good.
How was your guys'
I
weekend?
saw boundaries.
Oh man, it's been great. What about you?
I've just told you what I did on the weekend. It's Saturday.
But there hasn't been a boom like yesterday's your weekend. Like, tomorrow's your Monday.
I know I made poke yesterday. I had a sale yesterday, so I didn't really have it off.
So you just been working. You hustling right now.
Yes. Sorry.
I like it.
Don't.
I like
Don't do it.
Even at this moment.
it.
Get over here.
Good weekend.
This is my niece, Crochet.
Hello, beautiful.
I haven't seen you forever, Charity.
Okay.
How you been?
We're not having a conversation.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
Oh
sorry.
my
I'm
God.
sorry.
So beautiful.
I'm sorry to intrude.
It is okay, girl.
That's what I was talking to. I was like, don't come in here.
She's so beautiful. I remember when she was like, let me just think this. Okay, me and Vasha were in like the 5th, 6th grade. And Crochet didn't teach Vasha how to dance, but she taught me how to dance.
So you taught me how to dance.
How to dance. And this little girl, like, how old is Crochet now?
She's
24.
24.
24. I'm 32. She's about, what is that, 8 years behind? I'm like, oh Lord.
Don't ask me that randomly. Oh my gosh.
Sorry about her, guys. She was next door at a party. Okay? I don't know what she's doing over here.
Yeah.
She ready for the
Well, I
pop.
see you live. That's why.
What she needs to do is go on Facebook and share our live.
No, I am. Right now.
Okay, thank you. While you're on here, okay? But yeah, sorry about that, guys. How was you guys again?
What is it called? Polyplug, right?
Oh my god. Are you really gonna have a conversation with me right now?
Polyplug.
Get out.
No, what's your that name?
The polyplug.
Polyplug.
I'm on live. Could you get out? It's so unprofessional. Oh,
Disrespectful. Shame of the scandal. That was for you, Chrissy.
Thank you, Sarah. She is gorgeous, but annoying.
He loves me though.
I do love her. Yeah. Bye, love you. Bye, love you. Sorry, guys. I had a whole conversation over here.
I always knew that girl was going to be so gorgeous. She's so bomb.
I love her hair. It's so long.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Beautiful. I think you got a question.
Yeah, we got a question on here.
Go ahead, Vox.
Oh. So, what kind of words of wisdom, encouragement, would you ladies advise when regarding relationships in terms of marriage?
Ooh. Well, you're in luck because we got the marriage counselor.
Yeah, you came on the right
You
time.
came at the right time.
Well, you don't have to be a counselor to have experience. So, ladies,
Yeah.
take it away.
So good.
I think we do. You go ahead.
That's a good one. I would say this, Cora. One advice is you are never going to really ever truly understand your husband entirely. So get that out of your brain thinking that, I don't mean to tell you get that out your brain, but I know for me, I had to rethink and like renew my mind when it came to my husband because I would literally be like, I would think that I would already know his behavior. So when he did something opposite from what I already thought, it would get me frustrated. So I had to literally start telling myself, and I say that this year, like we're like been together for 8 years. You know what I'm saying? And we're just not like really learning each other.
We've been together for 24 years, and I only just know that brother. I only just learned who he really is.
So,
Hey, JJ, that's you.
so I would say it's an ongoing thing. When they say date your man, because every season is different, every year is different. Situations are always going to be different, like never think that you have your husband all figured out. Like enjoy learning each other and enjoy dating, enjoy playing around as if you guys were single, only with each other. But,
Yeah. I would think they would be with each other.
but yeah, that's the fun part. The dating, getting to know each other. Honestly, like it's so good to know that you don't know your man, and every day you get to learn him. For me, I know I like that.
Yeah. For me, I had to learn my husband's love language because he wasn't raised the same way I was raised. We do not live life the same way, or we don't strategize the same way as he strategized. But yes, getting to once again learning and compromising. You have to compromise a lot because it's all a give and take, and there's some things that you do have to sacrifice for your marriage. It should be the baggages that are not needed that should be sacrificed so that you are able to create a stronger and a stable foundation in your marriage.
Yeah, so good.
So good. So interesting.
It's your turn.
It's my turn?
We're waiting. We just sitting here waiting.
Oh, what Sheena said.
You gotta have. I would say this. What Vasa isn't saying is that she's very flexible and she keeps it fun. So,
Oh.
It's ladies' night, girl. Don't be lying. Don't be lying, girl.
We all have something that either we've learned it through experience or we're doing it right. We learned how to do it right by doing it wrong.
That's right, Cora. She does, Cora. She does. You need to
come on, boss. I'm listening, girl.
She's a
Really?
I'm listening, girl.
What are we talking about? I feel like you guys shared all the nuggets. I have no more to share.
No, you got
I feel like you guys shared I feel like I agree with all of it. Like what you said. You get a nugget. You get a nugget. You get a nugget. Oh, y'all got it.
Whoa.
So I would say, I've been with my husband since I was 19 years old. So when I think about like our dating to marriage phase, I'm telling you, I'm going way, way back. Again, we've been so I mean, I was seriously like a child when we were together. But I would say I highly, highly encourage anybody who's going to the marriage stage to go to marriage counseling. Go to marriage counseling.
Yeah.
It's easier for you to deal with your differences up front than to realize you have two totally different ways of thinking regarding parenting kids, regarding your relationships with your family, what your goals and dreams and desires are. That's easier to deal with up front, and maybe it can save you a lot of heartache. Maybe this is not the right person for you, and maybe you're 100% compatible.
Yeah.
But going through that going through premarital is definitely something that I would highly, highly encourage. My husband and I went to one session. And I mean, we were 19 years old. Absolutely, we shouldn't have got married. I mean, period. We should have. It would have been okay for us to be together, but we shouldn't have got married because we had no idea who we were, much less how to invest into the other partner. Right? We went to one session, and I'm telling you, I don't know why that lady didn't kick me out of her office, because she was like, "So tell me, why do you guys want to be together?" And I was like, I just want to spend the rest of my life with him every day. I just want to be with him every day. And I wish she would have been like,
hell no.
Go on, bye. You know, like, what's you really doing here? But, I mean, in my naive mind, that's what I thought marriage was. Like, always being together, and it's just going to be natural. There's not going to be no work to it. So I highly encourage that. And then I highly encourage you to continually date your spouse. Make it something that, don't allow the children to impact dating. Money does not determine a date. You can go to the backyard, put a blanket down with with a lamp and under the stars. I mean, that's a date. Continually date your spouse, and just understand that the person you are when you get married is not going to be the same person you are even a year after marriage. So give room for flexibility, for growth, for and be forgiving. Be very, very forgiving, because, like, for me, I thought that my husband was a mind reader, and I shouldn't have to say it. He should know.
Yeah.
Girl, you got to say it, because they don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know. And and then you're upset because they didn't get it. Well, nobody's a mind reader, not you or not them. And just be open to, to like I said, forgiveness is the biggest, one of the biggest things for me. But I would just say, know the order of the word, the order of family, the way God created it. And that's you and God, then you and him, and then you and your children, and then everybody else. And that is the order of it. What is it? A 3-string cord is not easily broken. You, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. You, your husband, God. There has to be that order. The more I love God, the more deeply I love my husband. Period. And that's just my own testimony. Yeah. I just know that. And when I'm not as in tune with God the way I should be, maybe I'm not walking as strongly or as faithfully, I'm really short. I don't have a lot of patience. I don't have a lot of tolerance. And so I know that those are some of the things that I've had to overcome.
I feel you.
Another question.
Me? Oh. Cora, she said, what are some hardships you've experienced during your marriage and currently in the process of working on it?
You can go first.
I knew you were going to say that.
I'm a good man.
Come on, girl.
I guess I've been with my husband since I was 16, and we got married when when we were 16. But it was just like one of those things, like, like we thought we loved each other. We loved each other, but then, like you said, we didn't really know each other. So we went through a lot. We argued constantly because, like you said, we didn't know each other. So he would do something different. I thought I knew who he was, and he thought he knew who I was. But like you said, I had no patience. I had to learn that during my marriage. I had to learn patience. I had to learn how to control my anger. And I had to learn how to be a wife and a mother. That's something that I had to learn real quick, because then I had a baby the next year. Like there was a time, 16. I've been married for 14 years.
Wow.
Yes, I've been married for 14 years. And with everything that we went through, I'm glad we got through it. I'm glad the whole thing was all communication, right? I always got angry and I never wanted to talk about it. But my husband, he always wanted to talk about it. I was never the type to talk. I'm like, we'll just get over it. But I finally figured out that if I was able to just tell him how I felt and he tell me how he felt, we would get through it. And it's been so good. Like when they say communication is key, that is real. If you don't let them know what you want, what you need, they ain't gonna know what you want. They ain't gonna know what you need. Like she said, I really thought he was a mind reader. Like I would wake up and I'm like, oh, so you don't want to take me to the movies? She's like, well, you didn't tell me. You didn't tell me you want to go to the movies today. But you don't want to be romantic? He's all like, I told you I wasn't. I was like, okay, cool then. Well, take me to the movies. Like that's about it. Like it was all communication, miscommunication. We just keep missing each other. Yeah. We never seen eye to eye. But I can tell you now, it was so worth it. Everything I went through my marriage that brought me here today, so worth it. I'll do it again.
Yeah, so.
I would.
I love it. I felt that you was holding that, girl.
So good.
I like that.
My turn or your turn?
Go ahead, girl.
Okay. Well, we've been married it'll be 11 years this year. We literally just met each other within these 11 years. I never met him before we got married. It was the whole we did everything backwards. It was lust first, and then baby, and then marriage, and then we got saved, and we're just like, Jesus, we did everything backwards. It was literally hardship from the beginning, but for some reason, like deep inside of me, like I knew that he was the one. And one thing that that helped us get through it is literally is God. I would say within the first 5 years, we fought a lot. Just because I'm gonna start crying. Just because we didn't know each other. No, just because we didn't know each other. Like we just met each other. Pregnancy, marriage right after, and then we decided to get saved, and then decided to learn and go underneath a discipleship and mentor or go look with our pastors. And it was literally hardship from the beginning, but yet again, for us, it was a blessing today, because we're stronger today because of God and what he has brought us through. I'm like losing train of thought now.
How long have you been married?
It'll be 11 years this year.
Wow.
Yeah, but the first 7 years, like I literally felt as if I was crying. Whenever I would cry, like I felt as if it was, when Jesus is crying in the garden, and like blood is like literally coming out of his pores. Like I would be crying that hard. And I'm sitting, I'm like, Jesus, please, like, please help me. Or no, no. At first, I would yell like, "You need to fix him, God," because obviously it's not me. And I thought those love stories that we see in the movie was true.
Mm.
I'm like, this is a lie to you, girl. Lie.
Well, no, that was not true at all. Yeah, it came crashing down. So, yeah, I would cry the first 7 years, and then I would tell God and be like, Jesus, you need to fix him. And then after a couple of sessions with our pastor in Utah, she was just telling us like, Sheena, you got to get real with yourself. Like you're trying to have other people fix your husband when you need to run to God. Like you need to run to the source and fix yourself. If it's not him, then fix yourself first and see how you're able to and see how the outcome would be afterwards. After actually finally just surrendering myself to God first, that's when God was able to pour into me and finally like talk to me and be like, daughter, you don't know how many times I've been trying to hit you to actually look up and ask for help instead of looking around to those who won't be able to get to your husband, but through Jesus. Yeah. So now we're growing stronger. I mean, we still have our ups and downs because we're not perfect.
Right.
Still,
No one is, girl.
No, right.
but yeah, just at least God is in the midst of us.
Cora said, Sheena, now that's a testimony which a plethora of ladies experience currently before spiritual relationship.
There you go. That's so great.
Real. Facts. It is facts.
Well, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna play Vasa for a minute. Ditto.
What she said.
What she said.
What she said.
Plus what Vasa said.
That part.
And when you put them together, you got me.
Hey.
You can take the top half of you can take all of yours, all of us, sandwich that thing up, and I'm right in the middle. I'm right there. That's pretty much the life that we lived. Like I said, we were 19. It was us, girl. It was all us. And then came, children and all that good stuff. And then came God. But but see, what we don't understand is how the actions that we take today can affect us years from now. Years from now. And, I'm currently going through that through my 24 years of marriage. Some mistakes that were made in our marriage 22 years ago have come back to like stare us in the face, and I'll just be transparent. And at this point, I don't really care who watches it. But, 22 years ago, my husband was involved in a relationship with another woman. And we just learned a month ago that a child was birthed out of that relationship. And when I tell you that if God had not been the source, the string that truly binds us, I don't think that we would have even survived a week beyond that. Only because now for me, I was in my mind, I was healed from that. In my heart, I knew God had healed me from the scars of those of his actions from back in the day. Yeah. And when that surfaced, it was as though I was reliving it back. And I'm like, wait a minute, I was healed from that. Like, why am I having these emotions? Never an emotion towards the child, but just these inner things that now I'm face to face with. My husband looking at him a certain way when I know he's not that way no more. He's a true man of God. Yeah. And I will never allow my own thoughts or feelings to hold him hostage to something he did 20 years ago. And so, but through that process, God has done a tremendous amount of healing. And I'm telling, when we celebrated our 24th anniversary, we celebrated our anniversary. We celebrated where God had taken us from these two broke down, good for nothing little kids to, mature adults who are doing it, girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And doing it together. And it's hard to say that something like that really strengthened a marriage, but only God can take something like that and strengthen a marriage. And that's exactly what he did. But that's because God was first. Not him and not me. Love God more than you love your spouse. And the love that you have for him will increase exponentially. And so that's just one of the things that
You didn't have to share that. And that was so beautiful. Like that was so deep. 24 years of marriage, like that's a whole beautiful testimony in itself. And I'll tell you guys, one night, this time last year, me and my husband got into it. I'll be really quick. And it was so bad. It was so bad. And then they just came right through the door and they walked in the house and pretty much brought the energy that was all the way up here, all the way down here. And I remember the first thing her husband told me was, I told him, I was like, I want a divorce. I'm done. I feel like I'm just completely drained. I believe I've, really checked everything that I think that I could do in a marriage. I think we've done it and it's just not successful. Of course, it was a lie of the enemy. And I'm telling him these things and I was just like, I'm done. Like, I'm done dealing with this man. And he looked at me and he said, let me tell you something. You know why you're not going to leave that man? I said, why? He said, because what do you have in your mouth? And I sat back and I just started bawling. He said, you got the word in you. That's why you're not going to divorce that man. And, it broke down everything in me. And I realized, like, the war that I fight is not against my husband. It's a spiritual enemy. It's a stronghold. It's these things that it is what it is mentality. That I can do all that all by myself, like Miss Independently Bizarre. In my moments, when I get my moments, like, can't nobody tell me nothing. Don't be trying to tell me nothing.
Yes.
And I love it because, we trust the Newmans with our lives. And they walked through the door and they just brought everything down. I was like, I was really thinking about leaving this man. Like, I was ready. I was like, dude, I was so ready. But thank the Lord. Thank the Lord.
And
thank you, Jesus.
How many times can we allow our emotional state to miss out on something that God really wants? But our spouses are not hurting.
That goes to say that you need good friends that are going to speak life into your marriage and get you right back. And I know for the fact you three ladies that are here plugged in right now are that for me. Yeah. I know at any given time, boss will be like, wait, hold on, what you say? What you doing? Call Gabe. Hold on. Like, I just know it, so I think get you some good friends, get you some good godly women around you, in your circle. That's going to really cheer you on.
Because you have to love each other with honesty. It's what the Bible says. It's a kiss from the end.
Yes.
But a kiss from a friend is better.
A wound from a friend is better than a kiss from the enemy. Faithful are the wounds of a friend.
And that's the truth anyhow. If you love me enough with truth, I can get over it. I might not like it. Might not appreciate it at first.
Bossa.
You know what I'm saying? But the true the true rebuke of a friend is so much sweeter in the end. Yeah. And we have to have people who will hold us accountable.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what you don't know. And if you're not giving me truth, then I don't know I'm wrong. I will hold true to the fact that I'm right. He wrong. Okay. When I went to this women's conference one time, right? And the pastor, she was talking about relationships and all this kind of stuff. And she said, ladies, take out a pen. Take out my pen. Ladies, take out your paper. Opened up my Bible because I ain't had no paper. And she said, write this down. You are the problem. I said, what? Oh, no. That's a bold lie right there. I said, God.
Yeah.
I'm the problem. I mean, that haunted me for a long time because I wasn't ready to accept it. Nothing in the world could have convinced me that I was the problem because I didn't think I was the problem. And I'm telling you, if you ask me today, who's the problem? I'm the
Who?
problem. I'm
Oh.
the problem. But at the time, I thought it was a bold statement, and I had to eat that. I had to consume it so that I truly could digest it and really allow God to do what He had to do in me by me understanding not only am I the problem, but I serve the problem solver, and He's going to give me what I need to overcome it. Woo. That.
Praise Him.
Hallelujah.
Ashiko reminds me of one of my sisters in Christ, where every single time I'm around her, I can just feel the eminence of
Yes.
God or the Holy Spirit, and I'm like, Jesus, I'm not ready to break down. I'm gonna run away from her.
That part. Yeah, because it almost forces you to really check yourself, and I love it because I'll call Ashley. Like, if my lid is up here, which thank the Lord, it's been a while, huh? She's like, thank the Lord I girl called me. But so
I'm like, how you doing?
but I will call her. I'm like, can you please tell me if I'm crazy or not? She goes, okay, well, sweetie, tell me what it is. And I'll break down the whole situation. She goes, okay, look, you ready for it? I said, yes. She said, it's you. I was like, all right, whatever. She goes, no, really, it's you. You need to get down to the roots of your mind and figure out what trauma point. She taught me about trauma. She's like, what trauma point really hurt you? Because you're reliving these moments and you need to address them. I was like, woo, okay.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, we only responsible for us.
Yeah.
I'm only responsible to change me. But you will be this is one piece of advice I will give a future wife or a current wife is small. It doesn't take a whole lot of change. The smallest of change can create a ripple effect that will change things in your life. Even if it's just as simple as I'm just gonna start making his dinners when I cook. I'm gonna serve him. That's a small change. To, you know what, babe? I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna make your breakfast in the morning before you go. That's a small change. Or, you know what? When he comes at me a certain way, I'm not gonna respond this way. I mean, it's the smallest things. But again, we're only responsible for us. And if you think that man who you ain't never cooked for before don't notice that you cooking now, think again. Okay, but it's the small things. If you begin to make small changes in you, regardless of how he acts, because you might do it over and over again and he might never notice it.
Mm-hmm.
But you're different.
Yeah.
Right? And you changing will change something else in you.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be like, dang, man.
Like, who you thought I was?
I'm your good thing, boy. I know what you talking about. He who finds a wife has a great thing. Okay. But so start there.
Mm-hmm.
Start there.
Start there.
Start there.
Right there. What's that? Right there.
That baby thinking. Hey, girl, what's on your mind?
She deep in thought.
Mm-hmm.
Like, your family frozen. I think she's moving for real.
It's frozen on a good one though. It's a good friend that is frozen on.
I'm like, wait.
That's so good. Well, at least when I meet you in person, I know to keep a distance.
Girl, I'm a space invader. Just so you know, I invade all types of spaces.
Yeah. Yes.
Look, ask her how much warning I gave her before I came over here tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, girl, you home? Good. We on our way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we love it. We love it.
Yeah, baby.
I love it.
Aw, that's so good. Cora, right? She's like, I'm leaving. Bye.
Bye, girl.
Yeah.
Hopefully she hops back on. Dang, tonight's topic's hot.
Yeah. Coming in real hot. Real hot. She's back to
Yeah, my bad.
Hey, girl.
My internet just be tripping. I was looking at my thing and I was like, telling my story, and I was like, okay, so they don't care.
Oh, why you lying
No, I
though?
was just
You
kidding.
lying.
I heard you guys say I froze. I'm kidding. I heard you guys say it.
Knew it.
I heard you guys say that I froze, and I was like, fine, let me leave, come back. I don't know what's going on though. No, but I was telling you guys, I was thinking about when me and Mafa like first started dating. He's so funny. He came in and he was like, "Hey, you want to ride with me?" I was like, "Okay, cool." So we went all the way out to Seattle, go pick up his chick, and he's like, "You want to go get something to eat?" I'm thinking, okay, we about to go eat. When we go eat, we get to the Dollar Chinese, and he's all like, "Get whatever you want." I said, "Dollar Chinese?" He's like, "Yeah, but you can get whatever you want. It's a dollar." I was like, "Okay, fine." So I got me a plate, and we went to the we went to the park, and we're just talking, and I'm like, and this, you know, Wapato Park?
Yeah.
Yeah, where it got poop and stuff all over the table. We're over there sitting. I'm like, boy, bye. Did you really bring me over here?
I can't with you. I cannot.
Well, it's okay because I still like him. We're still here. We're here now. It worked. Obviously, Dollar Chinese still worked.
Okay.
Tonight,
No,
I'm
but
like, hey, there's a bomb steakhouse across the street. Well, I was like, all right, let's just go find us some Chick-fil-A and go.
Late.
So we sat in the parking lot. I said, "Ooh, baby, this is a bomb dinner date. Thank you."
I love
no, but it's just funny because he ain't never changed. He's still the same guy. Like he came to pick me up in front of my house. We were in front of my house, and he's all like, he was like, I'm like super cold, you know me. I'm trying to impress him, so I'm wearing my sweats, my tank top. It's cold as hell outside, but I was still cute. I'm like, I'm gonna be cute. So I'm sitting in his car. I'm sitting in his freaking car, and he's like, he looks at me, he goes, I'm like this. He's like, you cold? I was like, I'm thinking he's gonna give me his sweater because he's wearing a sweater. I was like, yeah, I'm cold. He's like, well, you better go in the house and get you a sweater. I was like, oh, hell no, he didn't. Oh, no, you didn't. But I guess I'm going to go get me a sweater, though, because I'm cold as hell. I'm thinking you going to get me a sweater. He's still the same, though. I be like, hey, you got a big jacket on? You think I can have that, though? He's all like, you should have bought your own jacket. No, but I love him. He's never changed. It's the same. I always expect it. That's why I be like, I'm gonna just take my own jacket, take my own whatever. Forget it. And what's funny is he's not even a romantic guy, right? So I know that. So the next day he comes and we're like in his van down the street at the park. And like it's dark out, the sky is like, there's stars or whatever. He's like, you see those stars? I'm like, okay, yeah, I see them. And he's all like, yeah, I'm not that kind of guy. I was like, oh my I was like, yeah, me neither. I hate stars.
Oh, she froze again.
She froze again. That's okay. She froze at a good spot.
She's
She deserves it. That is so hilarious. Here I am thinking that it was gonna be so romantic.
Like, boy, you better undress me right now. What's wrong with you?
they really are the cutest together though. If you're in the room with the both of them, like it is laughs for days. Like
Loving it.
Great company.
I love their humor.
Yeah.
No, and the way how he supports her. Oh my god. I'm just sitting there, I'm like, okay, girl, that's your number one fan right there. She's like, oh. I'm like, oh, you better stop.
Just tripping, like I said. You want to know how we got married?
Wow.
So we're sitting on the stairs outside of my apartment, and we're just chilling, and we're just talking stories, just talking about everything. He looks at me and he goes, "What's up? You want to get married?" I was like, Sure, yeah, sounds cool. And look at me now. I'm so
Wow.
Beautiful. The best gifts come in small packages.
I love it. And they keep it so simple. Me and you, right? Cool.
yeah, right. It's like, yeah, let's do it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. He's so annoying.
That's your boo, girl. Mm-hmm. But
Sure
that's your
is.
boo.
Yeah, that is my boo though. He be so annoyed because we be like, he be like doing something, and everybody's quiet, but he's like talking, and I'm listening to like that's my boo. That's my boo right there. He's looking at me like, oh my god, what the hell? It's like that's mine right there, and he's like, yeah, that's my wife. I'm like, sure is.
I love it.
Yeah, that's the end of my stories.
We gotta get this girl back to her 40.
I do, but
That was
I
some
want everybody else to say their stories. You guys don't have any stories?
We shared ours.
Yeah.
No, like funny stories like mine.
Oh, no. Girl.
Oh damn! Only mine did that.
Oh, no.
Let me freeze for a minute. Oh,
Husband, literally, he's not a surprise. He's not like a do something and surprise. You know what I mean? He's not that guy either. Every day he's just like, I gotta figure out something. But his like surprise and special days and events and stuff is not his thing. So this year, like his surprise for me this year, I was like, wow, I really didn't think I was gonna get anything for my birthday. I was just like, whoa, you actually surprised me, yo! Like, whoa, we're making progress.
I seen that. That was so awesome.
Really good, really good.
That was dope as heck.
Y'all want to come back out there? We're about to shoot.
Yeah, girl.
Yes.
We will.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
But you're not like we're not like a funny couple.
Yeah, you are. I was gonna say, yeah, you is, but yeah, you are.
We have fun, but we're not.
It's in my car.
We're not explosively funny.
Yes, you are. Y'all, this couple is like the couple where you go somewhere and he starts singing or she starts singing and he finishes the song, and when they start a joke, like the other one will finish it and just start busting out laughing, or like when music plays, they start dancing out of nowhere. Like that's them. She's like, we're not. Yes, you are. You are. You are that Disney couple. Oh, is that music? Do you hear that, my love? And he's like, yes, come on.
Okay with you.
Nah, for real. That's real life now.
But look, y'all, we used to be the couple nobody wanted to be around. Can I just say that? Like, we were straight up toxic. Like, we were that toxic friend that you have that come over to you were like,
when you said we were straight up toxic, I felt that right here.
We were, girl. We were like, they were like, dang, Ashkan and KJ showed up to the party. Dang. I'm telling you, we get into a fight just because it was Tuesday.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was wild. It amazed me that one day that somebody was like, you guys are such a cute couple. Oh my gosh. And I was like, him and me? Like, oh my God. Okay, God, you're doing something great here. Like, I remember I just saw eyeballs roll through the door. Like, dang, they showed up.
Mm-hmm. I feel you, girl. It wasn't me and him. It's usually just me. Like he'd be like, oh, let me go get Vasa. They'd be like, you're gonna go get Vasa? It's like, yeah. I was like, okay, cool. I don't even want to go to you guys' party. But yeah, it was nuts. It was.
Oh, we got a question here. Cora says, what are your thoughts with interracial marriage if you are in one? I'm not in an interracial relationship. But I don't have a problem with it. I just feel
Yeah, I
like
don't either.
all the love, you know what I'm saying? If you find them and he the right one, then cool. My next one probably gonna be white. No, I'm just kidding.
You ain't kidding. You ain't kidding, girl. Don't you dare put the "I'm just kidding" in there.
No, I'm really playing.
If Mr. Nova see this, he gonna choke her out, y'all.
I really.
In 48 hours, we got.
No, I'm really, really kidding. I'm not. I used to joke around like that all the time. Like my next man gonna be white and white. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have any. I don't have any issues against it. My children are not dating in their race, and that is okay with me because they have beautiful mixed partners who love them like crazy, and that is okay with me.
I'm with it. Black power. I'm just kidding. Mexican power.
Yeah.
Power, girl.
Oh, Jesus power. All the time, every time.
I can't deal with you. But you're
I'm in a my husband is Tahitian and Fijian.
Hey, Bula Vinaka.
At least that's what he told me.
Bula. Bula. Okay.
Funny story. Funny story. He's so light skinned. So when we were dating, I was asking him like, "What are you?" He's like, "Oh, I'm Fijian and Tahitian." And I was like, "Oh, damn, okay." And so I finally meet his parents, right? And I get it because his mom is like light skinned and his dad is like he looked Fijian. So I was like, okay, we're all talking stories, and I was like, "So you're Tahitian?" And the mom looks dead in my eyes like, "Who?" And I'm like, "You, aren't you Tahitian?" He said that you're Tahitian. And she starts busting out laughing, right? They both laugh at me, and I'm looking at them like, why the heck are they laughing? He's like, "Who told you that?" I was like, "Junior said that you're Tahitian and he's Fijian." He was like, "No, we're both Samoan." I was like, "Oh my gosh, embarrassing." He didn't even try to stop me. Dang, what the heck? Embarrassing.
That's crazy. Yeah. Gabriel's he's Mexican and black. And his mom, the first time I met her, she said, "If you don't learn how to cook, I take him back."
Oh my god.
That's what she told me. She legit told me that. You don't learn to cook, I take him back.
Oh heck no.
Ooh, yeah, he said you.
He really did. Over here, I'm thinking, okay, my man's Tahitian and Fijian. Oh hell. If anybody asking, my man is Tahitian and Fijian. You know what I'm saying? Nothing else.
Bula Vinaka.
Mm-mm. And then they're gonna blow my damn mind with he's full Samoan. Boom. Dang, what the heck? I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying, don't be teasing me. Don't be teasing me. What the heck?
Papa's gonna run inside and be like, "Hey."
I know he's outside watching it right now.
He's gonna come in with his EFI Kong and do his dance.
Okay, he gonna come in here doing his Tahitian dance. Mm-mm. That was so embarrassing.
Yeah,
Set
so
me up.
Gabe is Hispanic, and then would we be considered as okay?
Yeah, because you're Samoan. I mean, you're Tongan and he's Samoan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm all for it. I love mixed babies.
Me too. They're bomb.
Yeah.
Just as much as 100%, whatever race you are, too, is as beautiful too. But I noticed that in the football, well, they're saying that mixed kids have more ability, I guess, and more strength. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, I don't know what you guys are talking about.
That they're so large.
Yeah. And the one, because my boys, they play football for air in Federal Way, and there's two mixed there's two mixed that are Tongan and Samoan. There's one of them. His name is Big A or Aiden. Oh my gosh, he is like he got everything. He's big. He got the mental skill all in there too. So when he like tackles someone, he's already reading the play. He can already see where the ball goes. Like he's already on top of it, and he's quick too for a big boy. And he's only 10, same age as my son.
Oh, dang.
Exactly.
My word. You talking about some grown man.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so,
That's dope.
yeah, so we're trying to get my son to that level too. Even though this is his first year playing for air with them, but he loves it though. He's able to challenge himself, and this team is very competitive where they do play with outside, with out of state teams.
That's
Can
really
you
good.
get the hell out with your conversation? What the hell?
He said,
I'm
"Why?"
on the podcast.
Is she still there?
Yeah, seriously, right? She thinks she's having a conversation with my daughter. She's like, "Can I please be in your podcast? I want to answer questions. I want to do it all, please." No.
Since your hubby is Mexican and black, how does the family tradition work with you being Samoan? I'm gonna be honest. We don't necessarily practice culture in our marriage. We practice biblical terms. Like when it comes to our marriage, we don't necessarily think culture or tradition. We make our own traditions. We really are about creating our own, our own little space. It's funny because my husband is like the all ball out in his family, and I'm the all ball out in my family. And so together, it's just like we really do be creating our own. We've been married. We literally like everything is new for the both of us. Look at my husband. My husband said, "Look at my husband."
No.
Okay. Lauren said, "So Charity, your hubby is Mexican and black. How does the family tradition work with you being Samoan?" Now, baby, if you want to answer that, you can. But like I just said to Cora, is that we don't necessarily practice tradition in our marriage. When it comes to family, if we need to be there for family, we're there for family. But when it comes to the customs and stuff, I'm not by any means knocking it. It just necessarily wasn't something I was raised in, so I can't necessarily practice or pass that on to my family. So that's as far as that goes. But yeah, look at my husband. He said amazing. Love the food. Yeah, love the food. Yeah. Yeah, so honestly, yeah, that's just me and my husband. We just create our own little. We're literally in our own bubble, but when our family needs us, we're definitely there for both sides. But it's what I love about it too is that Gabriel's parents they're Mormons, and typically as well, like they kind of like to practice all the same religion and belief. But they were just so shocked at the way me and my husband are with each other that they kind of accepted me, being a Christian and, with my husband getting baptized and getting saved as well. It was like they were just so welcome to it because we were so different with each other and we were so different with them that they were just like, dude, this, God is real. Jesus is real. I don't care how you practice it, but we can see it in your marriage. So, yeah.
How dare they be
Yeah.
on our line?
I know. Look at him. He's so funny. But to be real, it's all God. Our family tradition is God first. Amen. That's right.
I'm on the podcast.
That's right.
I need to have a ring on.
I'm like, all of our husbands might as well come in, like, since they're on the thing.
I be acting like a wife.
What?
Put a ring on it.
What?
Put a ring on it.
Crochet's over here complaining.
Oh.
She's all like, "I want to be married. I want a ring on this finger."
And you will get that ring, girl. You will get that ring.
Anytime. I'll tell
She
you.
be like, "I be doing wifey things." I was like,
Look, that's a whole nother poly plug.
"For real though."
Yeah.
Get off.
We ain't got no time for that shit.
Thank you, Cora.
Did you know Auntie Leopard have a Snapchat?
Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, we are ending this poly plug, and I just want to thank you guys for joining us today. Like I say, every Saturday, you could have been anywhere else, but y'all here with us, the Poly Plug. So don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Periscope, Twitter. We even have a TikTok, y'all.
Oh, I want to take
Don't play. And don't forget, if you guys miss out on it, you guys can go on YouTube. Let people know we're on YouTube. Y'all can go subscribe. You guys can go subscribe on YouTube. You know, I actually wanted to say we are gonna have a giveaway soon. So when we do have our giveaway, we are gonna put it up so everyone can see, and it's gonna be like a raffle. So everybody's gonna have you guys are gonna have to like follow, share, and pretty much all that in order to be entered into the raffle. And it's gonna be a Lululemon Poly Plug duffel bag. So y'all is gonna see that in our next one. I'm gonna put it up, let y'all know. All right. So thank you guys for joining us. I'm so happy that you guys were able to join us tonight. You guys have a good one. Bless y'all.
We'll tag you, Tasha.
Bye.
Yes.